Hello students. In our last session, we were discussing chapter number 11, that is lights, shadows and reflection. So what are the different topics that we have studied in our previous session? We have studied the different characteristics or the different properties of the shadow. Do you remember what different characteristics of shadow we have studied? How is the shadow formed? When an opaque object is placed in the path of light, a dark portion is seen on the opposite side of that object. So what does that dark portion means? The dark portion is the shadow of that object which is formed on the opposite side. To see a shadow, we need an opaque object, a source of light and a screen. Screen is very necessary to see an object. On the screen, only the object can be seen. The screen could be the wall of the building, the ground or any other object. Now, if the object is of the red color, do you see the shadow formed is of the red color? No, the shadow will be of the black color. So, shadow does not have any color. The shadow is of the black color. Then we have seen the size of the shadow depends on the two main things. First is the source of light, the distance of the source of light. And second is the angle at which the light rays falls on that object. Then we have studied about the pinhole camera. What do you mean by pinhole camera? How is the pinhole camera made? In the activity, we have studied how we can make the pinhole camera. Do you remember? So, pinhole camera consists of a box which has a pinhole in the front and a translucent screen at the back. The translucent screen can be made up of butter paper or translucent paper. So, butter paper acts as a screen so that the image is visible. Butter paper is translucent, so it allows some of the light to pass through it and the image can be formed on the butter paper. We have seen in pinhole camera, we see the image that is inverted. What do you mean by inverted? That is upside down. And the image formed is of the same color. So I hope these topics are understood to you. Now let us begin with today's session. If I will ask you to shine a torch in a dark room, what you will observe? You will notice that the light produced from the torch travels a straight line into darkness. Have you ever seen this? Have you ever tried doing this? You will see that the light will travel in a straight line. For the formation of shadows and the pinhole images are possible if light moves in the straight line. If the shadows are formed and the pinhole images are seen, that is because the light moves in the straight path. Now, what happens if the light will not move in the straight path? If a light tends to bend or it will curve, if the light tends to bend, it will reach behind the object and we will not be able to see the shadow. So, the light always travels in a straight path and this path of the light is known as the rectilinear propagation of light. So, what do you mean by rectilinear propagation of a light? When light travels in a straight path, it is known as the rectilinear propagation. So now let us see how does the light moves. We will see an activity. For this activity, let us use a piece of a pipe or a long rubber tube. So what we will require for this activity, we will require a long rubber tube or a piece of a pipe. So what we have to do? Light a candle and fix it on a table at one end of the room. You have to light a candle and fix that on the table at one of the end. Now, standing at the other end of the room, look at the candle through the pipe. Now, you have to stand on the other end of the room and try to look at the candle through the pipe. Will you be able to see the candle? Is candle visible? Yes, the candle will be visible. Now bend a pipe while you are looking at the candle. Now what you have to do? First, you have looked at the candle when the pipe was straight. Now bend the pipe. Is the candle visible now? Turn a pipe a little to your left or right. Can you see the candle now? Now when the pipe is bent, you will not be able to see the candle. This means that light travels along a straight line. It follows the straight path. That is why when the opaque objects obstruct it, a shadows form. Light always travels straight. Therefore, in the path of the light, when the opaque object is placed, the opaque object obstructs the light. The light is being obstructed and therefore the shadows can be seen. If the light will not follow the straight path, we will not be able to see the shadows. Now let us study the another topic, that is mirrors and reflection. We see mirrors every day, isn't it? We all use mirrors at home. When we look into the mirror and see our own face inside the mirror, that is the reflection of face in the mirror. So when we look into the mirror, you see your face inside the mirror. So the face that you see inside the mirror is nothing but the reflection of your face that you are able to see in the mirror. We also see reflection of the other objects that are in front of the mirror. So, if any other object that is placed in the front of mirror, the reflection of that object can also be seen in the mirror, isn't it? Sometimes we see reflection of trees, buildings and other objects in water of pond or a lake. You might have observed the reflection of trees, buildings or other objects in the water which are placed near the pond or the lake. To study the reflection, we will perform an activity. So let's see how is this activity carried out. This activity should be done at night or in the dark room. So when is this activity to be done? It is to be carried out in a dark room or during the night time. Ask one of your friends to hold the mirror at one corner of the room. So what you have to do, ask your friend to hold the mirror and stand at the one of the corner of the room. Stand at the another corner with a torch in your hand. Now you have to stand at the another corner of the room with the torch in your hand. So your friend is standing with the mirror at the one corner and you are standing at the another corner with the torch in your hand. Cover the glass of the torch with your fingers and switch it on. So what you have to do is now you have to cover the glass of the torch with the fingers and switch the torch. Adjust your fingers with a small gap between them so that you can get a beam of light. Now you have to adjust your fingers with a small gap between them so that the beam of light from the torch can pass through it. Direct the beam of torch light onto the mirror that your friend is holding. So you have to now direct the beam of light. The beam of the light from the torch should fall on the mirror that your friend is holding on the another corner of the room. Do you see a patch of light on the other side? You will observe that the patch of light is visible on the another side. Now adjust the direction of the torch so that the patch of the light falls on the another friend standing in the room. Now make the another friend to stand on the room. Now you stand in the room. You have to adjust the direction of the torch so that the patch of light will fall on the another friend that is standing in the room. You can see in the image how is it done. This activity suggests that the mirror changes the direction of light that falls on it. So, mirror changes the direction of light when the light falls on it. This is known as the reflection of light. The patch of the light that you see on the another friend is the reflection of that light which falls on the mirror. Now we will study the another activity. In this activity, we will study how the light travels along the straight lines and gets reflected from the mirror. So, in this activity, we will study how the light travels along a straight line and it gets reflected from the mirror. So, let's carry out this activity. Fix a comb on one side of a large thermocol sheet and fix a mirror on the other side. So, what you will require? We will require a large thermocol sheet. On the large thermocol sheet, we have to fix a comb on one side of the sheet and the mirror on the another side of the sheet. Spread a dark colored sheet of paper between the mirror and the comb. So what you have to do, between the mirror and the comb, you have to spread a dark colored sheet of paper. Keep this in a sunlight or send a beam of light from a torch through a comb. Now keep this assembly in a sunlight or pass a beam of light from a torch through the comb. So what you will observe? You will observe the same representation as shown in the image. When the light is passed through the comb, its reflection is seen on the mirror. And after that, the mirror reflects that light. So, as shown in the image, the same reflection you will see when you will carry out this experiment. So, this activity gives us the idea of the manner in which light travels and gets reflected from the mirror. I hope you have understood this. So, we have completed our chapter here. So, what we have studied in this chapter? We have studied about light. What is light? The important source of light on the earth is sun. We have studied about luminous, non-luminous objects or the bodies. Then we have studied about transparent, opaque and translucent object. Then we have studied about pinhole camera, shadows, how are shadows formed, what are the different characteristics of shadows. Then we have studied about mirrors and reflection. I hope all the topics are understood. So now let us start with the exercise question. Let's see the question number 1. Rearrange the boxes given below to make the sentence that helps us understand the opaque objects. So we have to rearrange the boxes to see what sentence can be formed for the opaque object. You try to make the sentence. Are you able to frame the sentence? You have to rearrange the boxes and try to make a sentence. So what is the sentence? Opaque objects make shadows. I hope you are able to make the sentence. Then let's see question number 2. Classify the objects or the materials given below as opaque, transparent or translucent and luminous or non-luminous. So here the objects or the materials are given. We have to classify them as opaque, transparent, translucent, luminous or non-luminous. So try to classify the objects and write down in your notebook. So the opaque substances you might have written will be a piece of rock, a sheet of aluminium, a mirror, a wooden board, a CD, a piece of red hot iron, an umbrella, a lighted fluorescent tube, a wall, a sheet of carbon paper, the flame of a gas burner, a sheet of cardboard, a lighted torch, kerosene stove, sun, firefly and moon. These are the opaque substances, while transparent air, water, a sheet of plain glass and a sheet of cellophane, and translucent are a sheet of polyethylene, smoke and fog, while luminous are a piece of red hot iron, a lighted fluorescent, then a flame of gas burner, a lighted torch, sun and firefly are luminous, and rest all are non-luminous, like air, water, a piece of rock, a sheet of aluminium, a mirror, a wooden board, a sheet of polythene, a CD, a sheet of plain glass, fog, a piece of red hot iron, umbrella, a lighted fluorescent tube, a sheet of carbon paper, a sheet of cardboard, a sheet of cellophane and a moon are non-luminous. Then question number 3 is, can you think of creating a shape that would give a circular shadow if held in one way and the rectangular shadow if held in the another way? So can you create a shape? Yes. If you hold a cylinder horizontally, you will observe a circular shadow, while if you hold a cylinder vertically, you will observe the rectangular shadow. In a completely dark room, if you hold a mirror in front of you, will you see a reflection of yourself in the mirror? So is it possible in a completely dark room to see a reflection of yourself in a mirror? No, it is not possible to see the reflection in a completely dark room, as the light will not fall on the mirror to reflect it. So here we completed our exercise questions also. I hope this chapter is clear to you.